Hello, everybody. Welcome to Law Made Simple and Comprehensive. Today, I would like us to look at Introduction to Law, ILW1501 revision. First question. Section 1 of the Legal Practice Act 28 of 2014 provides the meanings of important concepts as they are used in the Act. Which one of the following descriptions is incorrect? I will only pick out the answer that we are looking for and not read through the whole thingy. Candidate attorney means a person who has completed practical vocational training and who has been admitted as an attorney by the High Court. So here, let us look at the keyword completed. And let us go to page 213 of our study guide and see what the exact definition of candidate attorney is. If you check at the bottom of the screen, you are going to see that I am on page 213 of the study guide of Introduction to Law. So let us look at the definition of candidate attorney according to our study guide. Candidate attorney means a person undergoing practical vocational training with a view of being admitted and enrolled as an attorney. The keyword that we are supposed to be looking for here is undergoing. On the question, we have completed. So here, it's not completed, it's undergoing. So it means that a candidate attorney, it's a person who has not yet completed, but is still going. It's still undergoing the training process. So that makes the first statement to be incorrect. Candidate attorney means a person who has completed practical vocational training and who has been admitted as an attorney by the High Court. That one is incorrect. So that is our answer that we're supposed to pick out or mark or what, I don't know. Second question. Read the following scenario and answer the question that follows. Mr. Pillay and Mr. Reddy are involved in a heated argument. Mr. Pillay hits Mr. Reddy repeatedly with a bottle of wine over the head. Mr. Reddy sustains several injuries and opens a case of assault against Mr. Pillay. What will the name of the criminal case against Mr. Pillay be? If we look at page 238 of our study guide, it says that a criminal case takes place between two parties, the state and the accused. So assault is a criminal case. It cannot be a civil case, as much as it is a civil dispute in a way when, let's say, maybe Mr. Reddy, because he is the one who has been assaulted, Mr. Pillay is the offender. Mr. Pillay is the one who assaulted Mr. Reddy. Ne? So he is the offender. He is the accused. Mr. Reddy is allowed to say that I want Mr. Pillay to compensate me for the money that I spent trying to recover from these injuries. Maybe I had a surgery or something, you know. He is allowed to go the civil route. Ne? But then assault on its own, it's part of public law. The state has to be involved. It's part of a common law. You know, those laws which are not written, but you know that you're not supposed to steal, you're not supposed to murder, you're not supposed to hit people, going around hitting people and all those kind of things, you know. So those are crimes which are between you, the accused, and the state, which has to prosecute you. So when you look at the second paragraph, let me just quickly highlight that. It says there, in the name of a criminal case, the name of the first party will always be the letter S, which refers to the state. Then the letter V follows, which represent versus or against, and lastly, the name of the other party, the accused, who is Mr. Pillay. So the name of the case is supposed to be S versus Pillay. That is B, S versus Pillay, not Pillay versus S. No, the first letter is always supposed to be the state, which is S versus Pillay, who is the accused. Let's jump to the third one. What is the correct term for African customary law that still develops within indigenous communities and largely consists of unwritten customs handed down from generation to generation? All right, so here I would like to also emphasize on the importance of reading carefully when we read through the instructions. Like here, they are looking for the correct one, the correct term, not for the incorrect what. Ne? Always be mindful of that. Don't always look for the correct thing. Sometimes they are looking for the incorrect one. So be mindful when you read through. Okay. So here, I chose C, or number 3, which says living customary law, which I found on page 52 of our study. Did I say page 52, guys? It's page 52, ne? Here it is. Where is it? Page 52. Okay. It says here, today African customary law plays an increasingly important role in the development of South African law. It still develops within indigenous communities and is largely made up of oral or unwritten customs handed down from generation to generation, living customary law. Although it has to some extent been recorded in writing, for example, in legislation, court decisions, and textbooks, official customary law. So there we have it. Our answer is living customary law, which is found on page 52 of our study guide. So in the document that I am going to, the PDF document that I am going to provide you guys with, I will make sure that I always include the page numbers. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I will make sure that I highlight the question and I write the page number for reference to make it simple for you when you are studying, because I have a lot of these screenshots or these questions that that can help you guys to pass. You guys can grab a distinction on this module if you can go through the PDF that I am willing to share with you. However, I have not yet compiled the PDF. I will try to make it available before the 5th, because you're writing on the 6th of June 2025. So I will make sure that before the 5th, so that you can have that whole day of the 5th of going through it, the 4th going through it, so that you can have your distinction. Guys, I want to tell you something that no one told me. There's this thing of, we as UNICEF students, we have these, I don't know if I should call it I don't know what to call it, but then we normally have this thing of saying that 50% is the new distinction. Guys, those people are lying to you. Don't listen to them. You guys, I'll pull out these script of results which do not belong to me. They belong to someone else. That person just posted them on Facebook. I was so it. Guys, the people who you are competing with, guys, people are studying. People are taking their studies seriously. Do not listen to those people who tell you that as long as you get a 50%, hey, you don't know the competition that you guys are facing. People are passing. People are pulling out 50%. People are pulling out 100% on examinations, not assignments. People are passing. People are serious with their studies. So when you are going to be going for, I don't know, you are looking for a job and you have your new distinctions, which are 50%, and you also have your opponent who is having distinctions on their script, do you think you're going to stand a chance of finding a job? Law doesn't, what are they saying? What are they saying? Law doesn't have a what? Like when you study law, you're not guaranteed to find a job. There are many graduates who are sitting at home and hey, it is tough. The competition is tough. Make sure that you take your studies seriously. Let's get back to the questions. Revision is very important. This talking, we'll do it some other time. Which option best describes what fundamental rights are? Natural rights which each human being is born with. So when you go to page 174 of your study guide, it says there, what is a fundamental right? It is impossible to give a single all-encompassing definition, but we can say the following. Every person is born with human dignity, and it is this human dignity that gives that person a claim to human rights. You do not have to work for these rights or qualify to be given them. They are your natural rights. In other words, they are fundamental to each human being, as we are all born with these rights. My keyword here is born. Let's go back to our question. It says here, natural rights. Okay. What fundamental rights are? Fundamental rights are natural rights which each human being is born with. So my answer is A. Because every person is born with fundamental rights. This is found on page 174 of your study guide. Read the following scenario and answer the question that follows. John and Peter are friends. One day they have an argument over a girl that they both wish to date. John tackles and punches him. John tackles Peter and punches him during their argument. Peter reports the incident at the police station. John is subsequently. I made a mistake of cropping out some of the words when I was editing these pictures. So the question is, I'll fix it when I make the document, the PDF document for you guys. John is subsequently prosecuted for the crime of assault. Which main division of South African law will be applicable to this scenario? Public law. We only have two main divisions of South African law, which is private law and public law. You know that, okay, let me just go to the study guide so that I can be reading something that you guys can see. It says there, the main divisions of South African law, which is public law and private law. So public law regulates relationships that are concerned with public interest, that is the interest of the community. Public law therefore deals with the relationship between the state and the subject of the state, the citizen. So public law is between you as a citizen and the state. Remember, this is a case of assault. Remember, we spoke about it when we were tackling the Mr. Pillay and Mr. Ready issue. So you are going to be reading through page 69 of the study guide so that you can be able to see why I think that public law is the correct answer. So we cannot say criminal law, because I just want to make this clear. I feel like I just have to clarify it, because criminal law is a subdivision of public law, not the main division of South African law. So a criminal law falls under public law. Do you understand? Criminal law is not a main division. The main divisions are both private and public law. So criminal law falls under public law, as much as this is a criminal case. which needs to be tackled. Wow, how can I say? Which needs criminal law, which involves criminal law, but then criminal law is not the main division of South African law. Do not get this mixed up, you know. So you guys, I am also thinking that we can have a class. You guys can tell me, but I think on the 5th, because most of you who are working, I know that on the 5th of June, you would have taken a study leave so that you can be revising and everything. And it's a pity that I cannot even record this class. However, I would like us to have a live session which is going to last like maybe 2 hours, or maybe we can start on the 4th. We have 2 hours revision. Also, again on the 5th, we have 2 hours revision. I know that we can tackle close to 200 questions. And believe you me, you are going to have a distinction. And if you do enroll for these classes, these 4th and 5th classes that we are going to have for 2 hours per day, however, it will be in the morning. Ne? I cannot do them in the evening. I can be able to do them in the morning or afternoon, but not in the evening. So you are going to be able to also have the document that I am talking about, the one that I am going to compile, that is going to also have the page numbers of where I found the answer exactly. And like, I just want you to have all the material, but I am offering these classes so that you can be able to ask me what you do not understand. I know how it feels like to be a first-time law student. You are just lost. You are just getting everything confused. And many people find this module kind of challenging, and I did also experience those challenges. So that's why I am here offering the services that I am willing to offer to you so that you can pass. I need you to pass, guys. It is very important for me that you guys pass, and you guys pass with good marks. Not these average marks that we have because we did not have someone to tell us that, hey, pull up your socks. So the last one, because now we are around 17 minutes, it says that this is the last question that I'm doing with you. Consider the list below and answer the question that follows by choosing the correct option. Electoral Commission, the Human Rights Commission, the Public Protector, the Auditor General. What does the above list refer to? A. Separation of powers, branches of government, state institutions supporting democracy. Yes, these are the 9. Okay, they're not 9 here, ne? But we have 9. I'm sorry, not 9. We call them the chapter 9 state institutions, ne? That support democracy. So when you go to page 167 of the study guide, you are going to see that these are the state institutions supporting democracy. So here we have them. State institutions supporting democracy. In Chapter 9 of the 1996 Constitution, a number of state institutions are identified that were set up to support our democracy. These institutions are the following. We have them, they are 7 right there. So this is the end of our video, but I am willing to provide you guys with classes and also the PDF document that consists of over 300 questions and answers, and also the page numbers, so that you guys can use for reference. And also I also have other modules which are only law related modules, not these other modules, only law related modules. However, I can also offer you assistance with ENG, just to help you understand on how to tackle the portfolio for ENG 1503, because I failed to assist you guys with ENG 1504, which was previously known as ENN. But I am willing to offer live sessions with you, making you understand so that you can be able to ask me questions. It's very important for you guys to be able to ask me questions so that you know what is exactly expected from you.